Welcome back to the podcast where I'm Duran.
I'm Mike.
Yo, and I'm Glenn.
Glenn. Welcome back, Glenn.
Hey, thanks, bud.
It's
So,
been
Mike,
a minute.
You got a question for us?
I do. After today's win for the Chiefs over the Raiders, it's been questioned. I know we've heard it a lot, but it's been questioned that the NFL is scripted. So do y'all believe that the NFL is scripted?
I mean, as much as I would like to say no, I'm kind of starting to believe that it is like hardcore. And it's not even just a Chiefs game. It's some of the other games, like some of the Steelers games. Come on now.
I don't even know how the Steelers are in it. But
Like seriously.
Glenn, you real quiet over there as a Chiefs fan, buddy.
Yo. What you got to say?
I think just you guys are salty. So I think
I'm not salty because I like the Chiefs.
I don't understand how we could possibly think the NFL is scripted.
Listen, how
Like,
okay, let's be serious.
why would they
right?
pick the Chiefs of all teams to?
Let me run it down to you. You really want to know my opinion?
Yeah, go ahead.
Taylor
ahead.
Swift? That's why of all teams.
We started
sticking with
we
that.
started
I got
win,
it.
we were winning before she came along.
I got
You may have had some wins before she came along, but this would be
Had like 2 Super Bowls
the
already.
number of Super Bowl like people watching the Super Bowl just because Taylor was potentially going to be there last year and for sure going to be there this year. Like it's just boosted views so much.
But
So I feel like you can't have them tune in, see the Chiefs lose, and see Taylor upset. Like it's just not gonna happen,
bro? They not getting better plays on the field because Taylor's there.
Yeah, it's like
it's not like she's up there.
I
calling
guess
plays.
I guess that's my thing. Is like all these plays that people say are questionable are not like they don't seem like they're questionable plays to me. Like they seem blatantly obvious that this is a foul and that this should be the right call.
right?
And if you actually look at it throughout the league, the Chiefs are penalized more than most every other team in the NFL.
You have to try to balance it out. Like, hey, we know you're gonna win. We just want it to almost look like an underdog story. Here's the thing.
But that's the thing. They are the underdog.
No, they're not.
Who is?
They're not. How can Super Bowl champions be an underdog?
Because when we get beat on, they talk about them so horrendously. But then when they win, now they're cheaters.
Listen, I'm not saying they're cheating. I'm saying it's script. There's no way. Can you tell me any time in history where you've played in the last 3 weeks 2 games that have ended with the Chiefs winning in the last 10 seconds of the game?
Look, bro, I get what you're saying. But in your case versus your Broncos, that was justifiable. They blocked
it. Was justifiable if it was just that situation.
Y'all was beating the tar out of it. It was looking real bad. I was like, you know what? They got this. Hey, toodles to the Broncos. Look back. That boy broke his spine to block that football. I was like, yeah.
I'm just saying, if it was just that situation, it's justifiable. But when you add in today's situation, where it's 14 seconds on the clock or whatever,
and then let's talk it out,
and then he hikes the ball when his quarterback wasn't even ready, didn't call for it, nothing. Like, come on now. How many people in Kansas City, I'm talking to y'all right now, okay?
He does.
How many people in Kansas City took up a collection before the game? Like, everybody just throw in $10 and paid off that man to go ahead and tap his partner on the shoulder and say, go ahead, he's ready, hike it. It's just, it has to be. What's up, Rosvon?
Dude, I don't understand. Like, I don't understand how this makes sense to you that this is even a possibility.
Listen, it really wasn't until I saw that,
bro.
Like once it happened today, I was just sitting there going, "How?" Like in the last 2 weeks, y'all have won. Last 3 weeks, y'all won 2 games this way, against divisional opponents.
Mhm.
Bro, did you not watch the Browns and the Steelers?
Okay, but that's why I say it's at this point, is it scripted?
Bro,
Because
I
now that happened. Then the next week, everybody's talking about like, man, the Chiefs shouldn't have won. They got outplayed the whole game. I don't know how that happened. And then it happens in the Browns and the Steelers. And that's where the NFL is like, let's make it happen again to make it seem like it's more common than normal. No, it's not common.
we got all of our
here's
injured
the
players
truth.
backs.
Here's the truth, and the truth that nobody wants to accept is that good teams find a way to win.
I don't know.
Bad teams find a way to lose.
But look though,
Look,
they ain't
Ros-
been doing the underdog thing
Rosbach
just this
said
year.
It's
Last-
not scripted. They just lucky as fuck.
Last year,
Maybe there's a little bit of luck involved
There's a
too.
lot of
I
luck.
mean-
last year they had an extreme amount of luck where they just came back from major deficits, and I can't say that was scripted.
Here's
But
the
you know,
thing. Here-
Last year, it seemed more believable in my opinion, like because it's just a team that was playing bad and that worked their way back. But here, like you're against the Broncos, you're down all game, literally all game until the fourth quarter, and then all of a sudden, here we go, it comes back, and you're like, okay, then you get outplayed on the last play, and with 2 seconds on the clock, you change the ending of the game.
They didn't do that particularly
Who
in
got
the Super
outplayed?
Bowl, but they did do
Who
that.
got outplayed that last drive? I would say the Broncos got outplayed that
Not
last
the
drive.
last drive. We
Yeah.
worked all the way down the field.
Yeah, how did
The
it end
last-
though? That ending is how y'all got played.
But
Yeah,
seriously,
Chiefs, y'all lucky.
in the
Y'all
Super
lucky.
Bowl,
They
Patrick got injured,
here's the
and
thing.
they thought he faked that.
That Broncos game, here's the thing. The Chiefs recognized a weakness early on that they could get through right there if they needed to. And they didn't do it early on in the game because they didn't want to expose that they knew that they could bust through right there. They literally found it early on, waited for the right time to execute, and boy, did they fucking execute because Andy Reid is the best coach in the NFL.
Hey, shout out to our kicker. That man will never lose his job.
Don't shout that man out. I will say this though, Rosvan, you said you're going to be playing us again, which is true, but you guys already have solidified a spot in like the playoffs, so there's no point in y'all even starting Patrick or Travis for the last game of the season.
Yeah, that's
So-
let me just say this. Not great for me.
In my opinion, it doesn't matter if we win this second game because we're playing your second string for the most part.
But it does matter to you
I'm
if you win
dead.
that second
It doesn't. Okay, look, it doesn't matter if we win because Kansas City could be like, "Oh yeah, we didn't start our starters," but if we lose, then they're just like, "Oh yeah, we didn't start our starters and we whooped your ass." So we really do have to win it,
So how do you feel about that?
huh?
So how do you feel about that?
Is that you telling me to be
Do I think the
quiet?
NFL scripted?
No, do you think y'all gonna win the second game?
Oh yeah, we'll win the second game.
If the Chiefs have no starters, yeah. Now, if for some reason the first seed is still on the line, the last game of the season,
My
Then-
dad said they bought that game against the 49ers.
Nah, they
Which
didn't win
one?
that
The Chiefs
game.
did?
Which one?
That
All
was,
of them.
That was massacre.
they just beat that. Mm.
They won.
Yeah. I mean, Chris Jones seemed to step it up this game.
He
I
got
will
2
say that.
sacks.
He
He hadn't
looked,
had a
he
sack
looked
since like week
the
4.
old Chris Jones. So
But there's a lot of players that's kind of been standing out, or a team that's been trying to stand out and do stuff all of a sudden. So it'll be interesting to see how the playoffs go.
Well, that's the thing, though.
I don't know,
Dude, that's the thing.
Here's-
The
I-
Chiefs always turn it on in the playoffs. It's like a switch.
yeah. But
they
this year they don't
always
have
turn it
to.
on.
The refs will.
Bro,
Look, the writers are sitting there going, "This is a good story. It's gonna make some good drama for TV."
bro,
The
it's
refs
not,
don't
it's
turn it
not
on.
even that deep. They not even
Well,
nobody's
then
invested.
I'll
like
just
that.
say this: if it is scripted, I'm glad I'm a fan of the team that got fucking picked. While you losers have to watch your shitty teams just squander in irrelevancy for the rest of existence, while Patrick Mahomes leads Kansas City to the promised land year
Listen,
after
there
year.
will not be a
And I
three-peat.
will bathe in your tears.
There will not. I just say this for
It's
Kansas
gonna
City.
be a three-peat.
There's not. I said it earlier in another episode. There will not be a three.
It's so much hate that it's going to be
They're
one.
It's
very,
not even hate though. Like I
It
hope you
is.
guys win every game except for 2, but there will not be a three-peat.
But why not the
You're
three-peat
not
if it's
making.
not hate?
You're not. Making
Everybody in the
history.
world wants the Chiefs to lose.
As a matter of
Everybody
fact,
has the spotlight on them right now.
Y'all better pray y'all don't even catch us in the playoffs because we come in with a different level of heat.
Are y'all the one that you don't win with, or
What are you talking about?
you gonna beat
we
us
were
in
we
the
were
playoffs?
predicted by Vegas, who mind you helps the NFL scripted. We were predicted by Vegas,
Vegas that owns the Raiders.
the Vegas that owns everything gambling wise. We were predicted to only have 5 wins this season. We already at 7.
2 more.
We about to be a quiet threat. We're gonna be like Houston was last year, where nobody was like, hold on, Houston did what? And then they got knocked out. I don't think we're gonna get knocked
So
out.
you
though.
go be quiet and then get knocked out.
I feel like our only goal this year is to make it far enough to play against the Chiefs and take them out in the playoffs.
Mm,
We will sacrifice a championship to take y'all out with us.
that could be interesting. Why would you say what?
What? Oh,
Whoa.
Max Crosby, I cannot
What?
stand him
Let's get my
with a
mic back.
passion. Razvan, I said this before. Like they showed a video earlier this year. Thank you. Denver will make the playoffs. They showed a video earlier this year of Patrick Mahomes calling out Crosby.
He said,
for
"I'm right
like
here.
hitting,
I'm right here."
for hitting him even when plays are over or like the ball was out of his hand. And I didn't realize how much Max Crosby did that to every quarterback. And then you go back and you look at the games, like when we played the Raiders, man, Bo Nix had the ball out of his hand, and 3 seconds later, Max Crosby pushed him for no reason. Every single play, Max Crosby was pushing or hitting him or doing something. And I'm just like, man, I'm so tired of Max Crosby.
Dude,
I
me
won't tell
too.
him
But
to his
I
face,
will.
But
I'll say this: I really wish he was on my team.
Not gonna lie, if he was on my team, I'd be like, "Do your thing, Crosby." But I don't even want him on my team because he's a Raider. It's just hard. At
no,
this point.
I
Can we
would
all
take
just
him.
agree that when the Raiders play the Chiefs, they put on the best show of
The
all
the
time.
Chiefs always play down to the Raiders. Always.
it's
it's
crazy.
so
Isn't they're playing
infuriating.
down? Well, no, yeah. Today was a play down.
It's disrespectful.
See, I feel like
Hey, hold
sometimes
on.
they are good friends, but
Hold on. Speaking, can I just real quick?
Yeah.
Just change the subject for just a brief moment.
Yeah.
You said it's disrespectful, and that reminded me. I saw a video. It was a MMA video. It was the most disrespectful and respectful thing I've ever seen in my life. This dude had his opponent, he was mounted on him, and his opponent's mouth guard fell out. So he grabs
Oh.
his mouth guard and puts it back in his mouth and then proceeds to punch him in the face.
Like he knocked him out. It was a
Yeah.
decision. But
I saw that.
it was a slight pause. Like, hold on, bro, you gonna need this, huh?
Bro,
huh?
yeah.
Like he was
You about to need this, and then he just hammered his face. It's like, holy shit. That's the most respectful thing I've ever seen.
it's not cheating. Like so they just been cheating ever since they got Patrick Mahomes.
I don't even think they listen. Don't get me wrong. I think Patrick Mahomes easily is the best quarterback in the league right now.
Okay, outside of him, because I know where you're about to go. What about the other players? So all the wide receivers, the people that they've drafted to the team right now, ain't none of them good enough to be doing
I
what
think
they
the
doing.
Chiefs are like, you know, those people who repair old cars and then make them look new again. I feel like that's what the Chiefs are because they take wide receivers who are at the end of their career essentially, and then they make them look brand new again. And then other teams are like, man, he just did that with the Chiefs. We won him. Then they go to the other team and get a 2-year or 1-year contract for high money, and then the other they don't produce. And then the Chiefs are like, why don't you come back over here Juju Smith-Schuster, like MVS. Why don't you come back
Hey,
over here,
you
right?
Keep that fucking.
So I feel
excuse my
like the
language.
Chiefs make some of these veteran players look better than what they are at the time because Patrick is Patrick. I think they make some of these rookie players look better than what they are at the time because Patrick is Patrick. I'm not saying they're not good because they're in the NFL, so they're better than 90% of the players in the world. I'm saying that the Chiefs cheat.
I don't know. It just
The
sounds like
Chiefs cheat.
it just sounds like a whole bunch of hate to me. Because if you everybody's gonna say that about somebody that's winning. If your team was winning, somebody was bound to say the Broncos was cheating.
See, and you're right. He doesn't look like the best quarterback right now, but statistically,
Not
when
this
you
season.
look at where
yeah.
he is, like everybody knows what Patrick can do. He's just having an off season.
And it's not even
When he goes to the playoff and gets knocked out, it's gonna really ignite that fire inside of him to come back next year and play better.
Here's that thing.
but he already
you-
has the
this-
fire.
A version of this conversation happens every year, and yet the Chiefs still make it to the Super Bowl and they still win the Super Bowl.
Here's the thing. No, but it took him getting
Every year it's
Didn't it take him getting knocked out by the Bengals 1 year to come back and win 2 Super Bowls in a row? Well, no. Yeah. He got knocked out. Then he went back. Then didn't they lose to Brady?
we beat the 49ers, lost to Brady, got knocked out by the Bengals.
And then came back and
I
won.
don't
the
remember
last
what
two,
happened
right?
after
Yeah.
that. I think
So I mean, I feel like Kansas City should be thanking Broncos when we knock y'all out of the playoffs this year, because that's going to really ignite the fire in the writers to say, let's come back. Let's have a comeback story greater than Kim K's.
I just think they got more motivation than the other teams right now. Like for real.
Well, look, we are well over our 15 minutes. So we're going to go ahead and end this episode now.
Bro, you can't
But what?
you can't now say you can.
We are. But we do have another live that we're coming back with. So y'all stay tuned. It should be up here in a couple minutes. Like, comment, subscribe, and let us know what y'all think. Do you think the NFL is scripted?
No.